I mean, because when I look at the aerial view of Angola, which your husband was in Angola, which when you hear of prisons,
18,000 sprawling acres covered by the Mississippi River on 3 sides.
There is no escaping. Them people that just broke out that jail a couple weeks ago, baby, through that wall, baby. This ain't happening down in Angola.
No.
Yeah. There is nowhere to escape to. When they do the aerial view in the documentary, you are like, oh my God. There,
Hell on earth.
and the nerve of them to have a museum as if this is, I mean,
Something
Will,
to have relics about.
Will is from New Orleans. The photographer here, Will,
Yes.
he's from New Orleans. He said, "Oh, we went on a
Tour.
field trip." I said, "Y'all went on a field trip to the prison?" He said, "Yeah, we went on." I said, "To Angola, where they got that museum that I saw in that document." He said, "Yeah, we went there on a field trip in middle school."
They ingrain us early, don't they?
It is either positioning you to say, A, I don't make that choice to get there because hell no. Or B is let me show you where you gonna be.
And depending on who taking me, I don't know which one of them answers might be.
I mean, I really want you to because your nephew Ontario, who lost so much of his youth, I mean all of his youth, captured, gone, stolen. I mean, at 19 years old, to go to prison for 25 years. He was in prison for 25 years, correct? When you think of that, I want you to talk about what the children, how the children are affected. Because when I look at your children, I mean, yes, beating every odd and statistic. You got doctors, lawyers that are coming through.
Oh, girl, but we still got our dysfunction. I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm on the Brandy Harvey show. I'm just going to spill my beans since you bring it up. My husband has been home 7 years, and because all of what we had dreamed of, this September will make 7 years, and everything that we had dreamed of, about everything we had lived for. I mean, when you're an incarcerated family, you're like, ooh, when my husband come home, when your daddy get here, when my daddy get here, just all the things. Wait, ooh, our first Christmas together, just all the hopes and dreams. But by the time, the truth be told, by the time Rob got home, his wife was in menopause.
Yeah.
His children had beards and lives of their own. And it has been almost 7 years, and I am still shouting as a mama, we can't get a family photo? Y'all can't all decide to come home at one time? So it's not the system keeping us apart anymore. Why we can't get together and get the one family photo since your dad had been home? So it has been a challenge because all of them have lived their entire lives without him.
Yeah.
They're all trying to figure out now, what do we do with a daddy?
Because the twins, you were pregnant with the twins when you were arrested.
Yes.
Yeah. So they've never experienced a home life. Remington experienced home life with his father, right?
Briefly, yes.
Yeah, because he was like in kindergarten before
Yes.
when his father went off to prison.
But Ann beats Nan, right? And so when you talk about the twins and the baby boy, no clue. So it's just so much harm that we do that is so unintentional but intentional. And that's why I say that the biggest gift that I can give to my people is to be able to give them an example of how you can take poor choice making and make it work to the greater good. Because they say, truthfully, all things work for the highest good of those that love the Lord. And Black people, we love the Lord. We've just got to figure out how to make those things work for our highest good. And our highest good is being able to make other families aware of this so that they can make better choices. And those that have already made a choice like this can have hope and know that together, they can be free.
Yeah, they can be free.
Our people need to believe that we have the power within us to reclaim our families from this system. And so that is what this toolkit is. When they register and become a part of this million campaign for freedom, they get this toolkit that is liberation tools in their hands.
What are some of those tools? When we talk about liberating our families, our communities, what are some of those tools that we all need to have in the toolbox?
One of the, I would probably say to you, one of the biggest tools that I would grant is the understanding of that document that you will get that makes public law, a copy of the public law that makes Juneteenth a federal holiday. Because when you understand that and you incorporate the history of Juneteenth with that, then you understand that you have freedom that you have earned. So just the respect and regard for it. So when you lose it in this toolkit, you find a tool I call that is a model that is called participatory defense. Participatory defense was founded in Silicon Valley. And we are one hub of 40 hubs across this country doing this work. We judge our success by how much time we save someone from serving time versus how much time they actually end up being sanctioned to. To date, our organization alone has saved almost 4,000 years of time from behind bars, whether it was on the front end or whether it was on the back end, getting clemency for someone who had been sentenced to die in prison. And collectively, our hubs have saved over 40,000 years of time behind bars. And so there...
Wait a minute, hold on. 40,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in the last 7 years?
Oh, no, this is in the last 5 years.
Okay. So
Yes.
for perspective,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a number of people that is, or?
Well, it just varies because they are giving out so much time.
Yeah.
Brandy, I mean, they give our time to our people like it's a joke. We've had since, I talk about it in the film Time, which is in my own thoughts. These were cases that I raised in this film that were cases that mattered to me, but I didn't have in my wheelhouse an opportunity to address them. And so this was my get back, raising them in this national platform of this film that's going to be watched by 1 million people that are interested in freedom on Juneteenth. But stories of how a judge gave a man 50 years for stealing a candy bar and then joked at him that if he had stole a king-size candy bar, then he would have given him life.
Wow.
Those are the types of comments. A young man that was a former veteran, Faith Winslow, in Louisiana, they sentenced him to 12 years for a joint. So when you think about those, I'm sorry, no, they sentenced Faith to life for a joint because it was his third offense.
Wow.
And so of marijuana, now not a kilo, not a truckload, not a ton, a joint. And so those are the matters that I was able to use art as activism and raise these in this platform. So when I saw the reception of Time, when God had given me the clarity of mind as to how I could walk away with not only my life rights after having Hollywood tell my story, but also walk away with the rights to this Oscar-nominated asset, then I would be doing a disservice to my community if I didn't use them. So people ask, well, a Time 2, why did there need to be a Time 2? Time 1 was so amazing. What made you think you were qualified to direct a Time 2? I knew that it was necessary for me to do Time 2. So I don't worry about how to get it done. I just know that if I'm called to do it, I'm going to figure it out. Isn't that what we always do?
I mean, talk about figuring out. I know we got time on this clock. Now, Rob was not planning on getting in this chair today.
Uh-oh.
But I almost feel like I do need to bring your husband in on this conversation.
Let me tell you something. You missing the treat if you don't talk to that brother.
Because I think that to hear the story of someone fighting for someone incarcerated, but then to have the understanding of the person who is incarcerated and how 2 decades, 21 years and 4 days could wear you down.
Out.
But it was a constant reminder, I won't quit. I won't quit. I won't quit. I can't quit. I won't quit.
I got a question for you, Brandy.
Yeah.
How does a man maintain his faith and his family when he has an undetermined amount of time to serve in prison?
Yeah. I mean, even when I see you all, like in the documentary, watching the phone calls from prison, and the youngest baby was going to get ready for bed, and you're like, you trying to talk to him, you the wife, and you're trying to talk to him as the wife, and this is my man, but then he's like listening, because
like, I'm on in on daddy too.
And you only get
15 minutes, baby, for almost $5.
Yeah.
Per call.
And there's got to be a wearing, because I know that there had to have been an adjustment. You said earlier that you were going through menopause when your husband gets out, but not just that, but now it's an adjustment into the world because the world was very different 21 years ago, but when he went in. The 99s and the 2000s, juvenile had just dropped to 400 degrees.
Well, listen, we're going to give you 2 for 1 because I'm telling you, your audience will be blessed to hear from that man of faith. I mean, it just takes a special kind of brother to be able to to walk. When we visited in prison, Brandy Harvey, our fellow community members, they would call us Barack and Michelle of the prison. Now, I know.
Wow.
Barack and Michelle probably don't want to know that somebody locking them into the prison. But it was awfully a real lofty compliment for them to think of our family so that even in the midst of hell, that we stand out as a demonstration of what is possible for our families.
What is possible.
And so that was, humbling,
I told you, Fox, my deal breaker, I don't know.
Girl.
I don't know. 21.
Let me tell you
21,
something.
let me do something.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Listen.
I look at other women who have taken on relationships and they were not with their partners before they went into prison, that these are relationships that they are building post-conviction. And I marvel at those women because I just wouldn't wish this experience on my worst enemy.
If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vault Empowers Talks.